This podcast is brought to you by the couchcommentators.shop. Help support the channel by purchasing your Couch Commentators merchandise using the link below. Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation, and some may say the world. As always, James and Dan by my side. Gentlemen, another week, another rugby league week. James, mate, how you been, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. Happened to accidentally take holidays off at the same time as you. So,
yeah, it was like we woke up like, what are you doing home? It's crazy.
I got a phone call from someone at work asking if I was coming in today because he thought I was just late or sick, and I said, "Oh no, I've got holidays." But look, other than that, the day's been good. Weekend was pretty good.
Nice.
It's actually watched a Parramatta game for the first time this year.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, crazy, mate.
Yeah, we're really good, actually.
Yeah. I'm interested to see where you are on the ladder. Like after the one game you've watched, obviously going well. Dan, mate, how was your week?
Yeah, not too bad. It was a bit quiet. You know, we went out on Saturday night,
True.
watched some football, had some drinks, had dinner with the fam, and then rest of the weekend I just lazed around, watched Dragons game while in bed.
Yeah.
Couldn't be bothered to leave bed. Bed was too comfy.
That's fair.
Even though it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but still.
Look, the weather is getting colder, and when you get nice and snug, it's just tough to get out of bed, you know. Same as you guys at the OPH Durham Park Hotel. A couple of beers, some food. A little bit of heated debate between me and James over some footballing, but we'll get into that maybe when the football segment comes around. So I look forward to that.
That was funny.
Look, it was a good day. Had a good weekend. Recovered the Sunday, and then now, week off. So look forward to whatever we're going to do. Maybe some golfing is on the cards. Who knows?
Some gooning.
Some gooning.
Whoa. I don't know what he was doing locked up in the study.
Okay, gentlemen. Now, accountability. Look, usually I come to you with bad news, people, gentlemen. But look, this week, at least a lot goes.
You finally did it. You finally promised to win.
You finally promised to win. Got a Sharks multi. Where do I get rugby league? Of course I do. 1 to 12. If we were going to win, it wasn't going to be by much. And then Eero to score. The bloke's now scored 7 from 7 games. So it wasn't the hardest of picks. $7.50 though. I'll take that. Then we also had another win. Lucas picking a big horse. Big odds. If you got on this, guys, you might be a millionaire.
You also wouldn't be working today.
Yeah, you might have the rest of your life off because
you guys got on it.
Sir Delius at $1.90. Wow. He wanted to do a multi. Unfortunately, Dan got his bet in late, so he couldn't do the multi. But fortunately enough, the first horse did lose. So technically, Dan helped him get a win on a $1.90 horse. So hopefully they back this.
Like the weekend I go fucking a horse race.
Yeah.
The thing shits the bed, and the thing that I was going to pick first, but it was paying $11.
Yeah.
Actually got the win.
Didn't you pick something paying $30?
No. I picked like a thing.
I think it was up there.
No, paying like $4 or $5.
Maybe Brandon got the wrong horse.
Maybe I got the wrong horse because I swear it was paying 30.
Yeah, Brandon says to me, "Oh, this is paying $30," and I went,
back to
"Dan's getting a bit greedy."
Dumb decision. He's leaning into his horse racing too much. The multi, obviously, actually, I got my horse leg up as well. James and Dan both failing the multi. Dan's now doing some thorough research here.
I'm fucking looking at this. Yeah, okay. I'm stupid.
Okay, yeah. I'm never wrong.
Never mind, I'll take it back.
I'm never wrong. So it was a great decision by Dan.
Yeah.
Didn't get the bickies this time, but as always, guys, we're gonna promise you guys next week's the week for Dan and James to get up. I'm going for back to back glory.
I can't go with Dragons multi next week or this week. So.
Unfortunate. You can go the
stay
Sharks.
away from football betting this week, guys.
there is no games on.
Yep.
Well,
beautiful.
there is, but
beautiful, gentlemen. Obviously, gamble responsibly. With your head not over it, and 1-800-858-858 if you want to seek help. Okay, now NRL talk, gentlemen, and look, I know sometimes we just like to switch it up on the listeners. Like they think, Oh, it's going to be listening to questions. No, it's not. We just wanted to get right into the rugby league. So, firstly, gentlemen, we'll start with who impressed us this week. Some quite impressive games that we watched. A couple of teams that I can see people wearing jerseys for on this couch. James, mate, who impressed you?
I'm gonna go the Warriors.
The Wars.
They just keep getting the job done week after week. I still don't know if they've played a really good game of football, but sitting outright second.
5 in a row now, I think.
5 in a row.
Yeah.
Like they're doing it ugly. They're just finding ways to win. Metcalf's looking more and more comfortable. Up the wires.
Yeah, I'm devastated I traded out Metcalf. Like, I had him early, got rid of him because he was playing a little average, but now he's like leading the team. He's going well. He's going.
I might have brought him back in because,
Brought him
like,
back
you
in.
know, Origin times he's not going to be playing Origin. So
Smart. Okay. Dan, who impressed you, mate?
even though they fucking played with my heart, holy fuck, the boys. I have to go. The boys.
The boys.
Dragons.
I didn't know there was a team.
Yeah.
Is that the
Anthony
the A
Starr
team?
played.
Nah, I
the
gotta go with the
Dragons,
Dragons.
I guess.
It was a heart wrenching game. Like, fuck me. Why do we always have to leave it down to the last 5 minutes to try and win a game? But yeah, it was a good game. Good things were happening. You know, Guffo scoring 2 tries. That little try fucking had me screaming at the top of my lungs.
Yeah.
And then the bad thing that happened during the game was Eagle, but that hurts. But yeah, the Dragons impressed me. Beating the Broncos at Suncorp isn't easy.
Guffo just plays fucking so much heart, that man.
Oh,
If you
mate.
had a team of Guffos, I think he beats any team in the NRL.
Yeah.
I think he beats Prime Melbourne.
Yeah.
Fucking Cam Smith, Cooper Cronk, Billy Slater, Melbourne.
That's the age old like pub chat of like, oh, if you could pick one player and clone him 17 times to make a rugby league team, who would you pick?
It's Clint
It's
Gutherson.
either Guffo or Payne Haas, and I'll toss up the two.
Greg Inglis.
I tell you what, fucking Val Holmes was looking mighty fine in attack yesterday. He had a couple off moments in defence, but he was looking good.
Looking good. Didn't get a try for poor James.
No, I had a Shibasaki Val Holmes, and when Shibasaki scored first, I went, just sign that off. That's easy money. Nah.
Unlucky. For me, who impressed would have to be, look, obviously Sharks very impressive, and I think that's going to come up later. So I'll go to the Bulldogs. They were quite impressive to 2 weeks in a row be down a decent amount of
It was
points.
3 weeks in a row. They failed to get the win against the Bulldogs when they did it. But then they had
The Bulldogs failed to get the win
sorry.
against the Bulldogs.
against the Broncos.
Yes.
That was before the bye. They were down by something like 24.
Yeah.
They just failed there, but got close. Then have a bye, and then do it 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's been very impressive. I write them off. At the start of the year, I have called them flat track bullies, but they're starting to build a bit of form. Do I think if you do that in a big game against a good team, it's gonna pay off? No, I think you definitely they need to start better. But it's very impressive to come back from those kind of scores to get the win. You're like, Sharks, what a team. Okay, who let us down, gentlemen? James, who let you down, mate?
Look, I'm gonna go for Newcastle.
Yeah, quite the team.
Yeah, like at home, huge crowd. Get absolutely pumped by top of the upside down ladder, Parramatta.
Good rhyming there, mate.
Yeah, cheers. Like they barely scored a point. For most of the game, it looked like they weren't, and then they just got a bit lucky. As a Para fan, I don't know if we've turned a corner because Newcastle was just that shit.
Yeah,
So it's hard to get.
yeah, hard to get a gauge.
Yeah.
Is Mitch Moses just a flat track bully?
Our defense looked like it was good, but we were also against Newcastle who can't attack. So
Yeah. Well, look, I think you did look all right, and look. poor Fletcher Hunt is all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
We got monstered by Lomax.
Zach Lomax gave that kid a fucking nightmare.
You've got an easy task. You've got the incumbent New South Wales and Australian winger who's coming back for one game before selection.
Who wants to prove himself?
Yeah, and then you have Moses. He's half who's going to be kicking to him in New South Wales as well, and he's just going to pep you the whole game. So
Good luck, kid.
Good luck.
He might as well have just said 5 minutes into the game, good hustle, hit the showers.
Dan, mate, who let you down?
Look, usually we leave the ref bashing up to you.
Mm.
But
Wait, hold on. We don't. Yeah,
we don't ref bash though.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to ref bash.
Okay.
5 meter fucking forward pass for a fucking try.
Mm.
And then
Fire up.
what the fuck did Jaden Sewer get sin bin for?
What was the ref's name? I need to really get into this.
It was Gerard Sutton.
Oh, fucking Gerard. Don't get me started.
Mate, that like I know you can't rule on forward passes, but holy fuck, how forward was that pass?
It's quite forward.
I feel like Ezra Mann was Tom Brady.
Look, there was a couple. Look, again, we don't ref bash, but there was a couple blunders. There was one in the Warriors game that may have led to the Warriors winning. Good old Roger Tuivasa-Sheck with a big jump up to catch the ball. Clear as day knock on. Fucking lying. Again, like 2 meters in front of him, it drops. And then, just play on. They go up the field. Metcalf does a grubber. They score a try. Bob's your fucking uncle. They win the game.
And then with the Jaden Sewer sin bin, it's like he had a hand on him. He lifts his hand up and then he falls back down.
Yeah.
It was like, how can you control that?
Look, it's hard to bash the ref when you win because, like, and then but actually, it's probably the best time to bash the ref.
It shows that you bash him no matter what.
I mean,
But you don't bash him.
That wasn't the sin bin, actually. It was because he was offside and it was professional foul or some shit. But, like, still, the penalty shouldn't have happened for it.
Yeah, look, man, the refereeing standards, they need to be up. They need
definitely need to be up.
Now, for me, who let me down is it's a toss between the Tigers or the Cowboys. I feel like I'm going to give the Tigers a week off from my
to be fair, as disappointing as the Tigers is, they lost to a Wayne Bennett South. So I think Cowboys are the one.
Yeah, Cowboys, look, again, at home. They had Jackson Purdue in halfback.
Mate, Todd Payton does it again. What a great coach.
Yeah, he really likes when his team's going all right, just to really fucking shoot him in the foot.
Like that was 30 all with Penrith last week, and then he just shoots himself in the foot, drops Clifford.
Yeah, don't need him. Fuck him. We're doing all right. Let's get rid of him.
Like Dearden may be the better half, but Clifford's been doing a fair fucking bit for that team.
And Manly coming off a loss from Sharks, go into that, and they look like fucking world beaters. So, tough times for the old Cowboys, but I did pick them for last place. So if he keeps making decisions like this, the team's not going to want to fucking play.
Next thing you know, Tamalolo's breaking his hand with a hammer again.
Yeah. Which hand will I do this time? Both.
I know you said that you're giving Tigers a break, but I just want to give a shout out to who impressed me. Lockie Galvin for dropping the ball over the line.
Well, that was
get that up here, you fucking bitch. That's karma for fucking Jaden Sewer.
Oh, yeah. It is pretty funny, Jaden Sewer actually getting the win. Got a try against his old team as well. It just looked good. Oh, did he get the try? He just had a massive break. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Played really well though, and it was good to see smiles on his face while the Tigers not so many smiles. It was at Campbelltown as well. In the rain. Okay, now I will go to the Dally M's, guys. Top of the Dally M's. No longer my boy Willie Kennedy. We have a new Dally M leader. It is Lukey Metcalf on top.
I mean, probably deserved. Like, he's probably been one of the informed halfbacks in the game.
The worst part is I always look at, like, I get into the fucking comment sections of everything I see. And everyone just fucking rips on Will Kennedy every time. Like, I think it's just if a Sharks player gets to the top of the Dally M's, no one fucking likes it. They're like, they don't deserve it. But then he gets in there and, like, comments are like, oh, yeah, well, fucking great games, all this and stuff. Will Kennedy's played good, guys. I've seen it.
It's just Nico Hines played better on Saturday night.
He probably had one of the better ones.
Yeah,
and
2
then
weeks in a row.
Fanua Blake probably also took some points, I would have said. But Lukey Metcalf, good stuff, mate. Dan's got him in the fantasy team. So,
well, for this week, I do.
Some more funny news that I wanted to bring up, though. Well, funny for some, funny not for one man,
Yeah,
actually.
it's not funny when a guy gets fired.
Yeah, sorry.
Call me
Martin Tapa'u. Bloke has been been relegated to reserve grade for like the past this year, I'd say.
Yeah.
Even, like he hasn't been getting given many games at all, so he's obviously on the outer of the club. He likes a post about Madge's coaching or something like that.
Yeah, it was from former Tiger and Warrior Elijah Taylor.
Yeah. So he likes that, and that's all it is. Like, he put out a statement saying, I'm sorry, I should have done it, and he's got it. Doesn't matter.
That's
The
so
statement doesn't
shit.
matter.
That
You're
has to be
gone.
the like.
That was like, they needed one thing just to get rid of him. Like,
Yeah.
they're probably trying to write him up on other stuff, and like, this is your last warning. Boom, one like, you're gone. And
It was
then
a
you have
tipping point.
Sel and Cobbo, what was it, last year or whatever, like actually saying like Kevin
he
Walters
does
can't
coach.
coach.
Yeah.
And
Good
he
bloke.
was-
Shit coach.
Yeah.
Weird bloke. Good bloke.
Shit
coach.
And then you have Kevin Walters in the fucking like
Yeah.
before like the Fox fucking pre-game, and he's saying, "Oh yeah, Broncos should win this." Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just jerking him off. I mean, Broncos
My
great,
side
but
should
still,
win this one for us. Yeah.
So I can think of another really funny sacking incident. Like,
Yeah.
see if you guys
I
can
got
remember any
One
others.
that comes up to mind.
Yeah, I've got the Kevin Proctor
Mm.
vaping in the bathroom.
I was gonna say, that's got to be the top.
yeah, that's a good
Top
one.
of the top. I mean, yeah, bringing a vape to the game and just get a sneaky one off, you know.
I can't think of any others. No.
I mean, other ones just like probably more deserved, but like Todd Cardi bubbler, like
Yeah.
he had done a lot.
He had done a lot. He was the
had
NRL
done a
bad
lot.
boy.
Ben Barber doing a bit of blow after the grand final 2016. Like 50 years of celebration. You have to get it on the Omo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of worse ones, but yeah, that
Like-
the liking the post is pretty bad.
It's funny that like Marty Tapau gets fired for liking a
Couple.
post. Oh,
Yeah.
Tapau, sorry.
Yeah, sorry,
He's
thank
not
you.
Lightning McQueen. Come
Yeah,
out, all right?
he's changed that.
And then Ezra Babb like does what he did, and
Yeah, it's just standards at the club, mate.
Yeah, they hold the standards really high at the Brisbane
Also,
Broncos.
the fall off of Marty Tapau has to be studied, eh? Like
I
honestly,
still like
To be honest, he's just old.
Yeah,
as
he is
well.
Yeah.
old, gets less minutes, and has been put to reserve grade. So you really don't see him.
I don't
do it.
think anyone will really sign him.
Yeah, maybe Manly might bring him back. They need forwards. Maybe Bulldogs. I don't
Maybe
know.
Retirement Village.
Maybe or Super League. Man of Steels.
The Retirement Village.
Okay.
Dragons.
The Retirement
Yeah,
Village.
Clemmer might need a replacement.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's getting old.
I mean, we did just lose Egan, so like,
Bring him in.
straight in. More news that's come across my desk. I did bring up Manly just
a
a
lot of
second
things
ago.
come across your desk, eh?
Yeah, look, I'm a very important person, so people just throw stuff at me all the time.
I hope people don't come across your desk.
Yeah, well, okay. We have fun. We do have fun. Fogarty, Jamal Fogarty. He signs for 3 years with Manly, gentlemen.
Yeah,
How big's that?
I did see this
I
last
mean,
week.
A lot of people had been speculating that he was going to sign there,
Yeah,
but
there was-
it finally came out.
There was the little like rumors and hints that he
Yeah.
was going to be signing,
I
and then
think
Manly dropped the
it's good.
bombshell.
good deal.
Yeah.
I think both. Well, for him, like he gets a stability, and then for Manly, they need a game controlling, good kicking halfback.
Yeah,
Because I don't think Nick Brooks is the man to steer a team anymore. I think he's
Nah.
okay at 5'8". He kind of does his role.
he's definitely been a six his whole life.
Yeah.
It just Tigers didn't realize it.
Yeah. And Moses would have been the half they
Yeah.
wanted to put the money into.
Well, I saw something, and it was about Moses talking about our next topic of the Origin team, funnily enough,
Yeah.
and him going to 6 and not having to control the team. And he's like, "Yeah, I haven't ever been able to just sit back and pick my moments in a game. I've always been organising." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you played 5'8" when you debuted." Oh.
It will be funny though. Like, obviously, we'll get into Origin in a sec, but like, they'll probably just control each half of the field. You'd think, but
I
yeah.
don't know, they both like running sweet plays. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, Fogarty will be good for Manly. I
I
reckon.
was gonna say, good tangent. How do you guys feel about Fogarty?
Yeah, Fogarty will be good for Manly. I think it's good replacement for DCE.
Mm.
Like they're both kind of similar in their games. Like Fogarty has a long kicking game,
Sure. He's got a
So-
nice fucking bomb, similar
Yeah.
to Birdo's bomb,
Yeah.
I'd say. But yeah, I think good signing for the Manly
Where will
Seagulls.
DCE go? Well, it's all leading to
Apparently-
the Roosters.
Apparently he's there.
All things come up, Roosters. As for Raiders, I think like losing him, they're going from I think top
Yeah.
8 teams. So it might struggle like with 2 young halves next
Yeah.
year because you'd think it's Sanders and
Yeah.
what's his name?
Strange.
Strange.
Yeah.
A
Well,
strange name.
speaking of signings,
Mm.
Brandon Smith, the midweek switch to the Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
We all knew it was
How many
coming.
weeks till he starts playing? You reckon?
It's
I reckon-
a few still, I think.
Yeah.
He's still coming back from injury.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I think you go good. Again, Wayne Bennett gets the best out of people, so
yeah, you reckon he's 14, or you reckon he starts 9
He'll
and
start
Mamazoulis
until
goes?
Mamazoulis is back from injury.
Yeah.
Because at the moment they got Havili.
Yeah.
Havili.
So Havili will go back to 14.
Yeah.
And
until
even then, you might
Mamazoulis.
find him starting at
middle.
9, taking the sting out of the game for Mamazoulis, and then him
Yeah.
coming on.
Mm.
Or even just like starting 9, going to 13.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the interesting part is next year when they've got that, and they've also got Cam Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a dynamic
Do-
forward pack.
Do what the Dragons do and just have Cookie and Little on the field.
Yeah.
And they can just have Mamazoulis and Cheese.
Look, good signs for the South fans out there. Okay. Look, she's kind of teased it a little bit, but State of Origin. State of Origin.
It's next week,
It's
lads.
time. We're getting into the teams. Oh man, look, this is the best time of the year. Everyone loves it.
We love some Sue.
We love some State of Origin. Speaking of State of Origin, we'll just quickly gloss over that. The women's State of
Oh,
Origin
yeah.
up New South Wales, fuck
We won.
Queensland.
New South Wales 6-0, fuck off.
Okay, now we will get into.
Sorry, that spun me.
It's good. It's good. All right, it's good.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're good, we're good.
Cool. The Origin teams, gentlemen, they've been announced. Let's go through them and then we'll give our opinions on them. Okay, I'll go through Queensland first, and we'll go through.
I've got this.
Yeah.
And at the fullbacks, for Queensland, Kalen Ponga. New South Wales, Dylan Edwards. On the wings, you got at Queensland with Xavier Coates and Valentine Holmes. New South Wales, To'o and Zach Lomax. In the centres, Queensland with Robert Toyer debuting and Hamiso Tabuai Fido. For New South Wales, Stephen Crichton under an injury cloud and Latrell Mitchell. At 5'8", it's Cam Munster, back from his hip injury from last year. For New South Wales, it's Mitch Moses, a change of position, but after last year, you can't leave him out. How does Gus Gould do this every year? At halfbacks, we've got Cherry Evans and Nathan Cleary. Yeah. All right, forward
One
pack.
neck versus one chin.
They'll be like giraffes.
In the front row for Queensland, we've got Walter Waker and Tino Fa'asuamali with Harry Grant at hooker. For New South Wales, it's Mitch Barnett, Payne Haas, who today has been cleared of that quad injury, and Reece Robson at hooker. In the back row, it's Ruben Cotter and Jeremiah Nanai for the Queenslanders, and New South Wales go the same duo as last year, Liam Martin and Angus Crichton. At lock, it's Patrick Carrigan versus Isaiah Yeo. The benches, it gets a bit interesting here. Queensland, it's Tom Dearden, Lindsay Collins, Beau Fermor, Trent Liero. So debuts for Fermor and Liero.
Yeah.
Dearden's first time at 14 from knowledge as well.
Yeah, because Hunt's usually 14.
Yeah. So then for New South Wales, Connor Watson, Spencer Leniu, Hudson Young, and debuting Max King.
Kingy. Wow. Great stuff, Jan.
Yeah, I wanted to full commit to the bit, but it just got hard.
Ran out of energy
Yeah.
there. Ran out of steam.
We could try to fix it up in the edit.
Yeah. We'll play some backing track to it.
Yeah.
That just sounds even better. Gentlemen, first we'll go for the backs. Any big surprises? Obviously, Toya getting the debut for Queensland's a bit fucking
Yeah,
Yeah,
Left-
out of nowhere.
left field there.
yeah,
Felix Slater is good for like just a random pick.
yeah.
The picking and sticking really doesn't come around anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of gone away from the pick and stick, but
So, do you reckon he's marked up on Crichton?
I think they've. Well, I think it would be up against Troll because Troll's a big dude.
yeah,
Yeah, but Tabuai Fido's a gun in defense. That's why I think you would mark him up against our
Maybe.
better attack.
yeah. I think Kalen Pong, like Knights haven't been going that well,
Yeah.
but I think he's pretty much the only option for him, at the moment.
Yeah.
With Walsh injured.
Yeah.
I think I made the joke on Friday night to pick Iogi because you wiped the floor with him.
But like, and then they like Brimson. That never worked for him in fucking Queensland. But yeah, they haven't really got many fullbacks.
Bring in Corey Allen. Bring him back.
They haven't got the issue that we have.
Too
We
many.
have way too many fullbacks.
Queensland seem to have that all the time though, but they have that spirit. They have the fucking Queensland spirit.
Where's your Queensland spirit now, Thurston?
But yeah, Toya 10 games and he's made the team.
Yeah,
I don't want to say it, but like, it's really like one good game.
Yeah, he's had like one really decent game, couple of all right moments through games,
Yeah.
but yeah, crazy. I think him and Payne Haas, some of the like both like 10 games, and then there was one before him. I think Brandy maybe, but
yeah.
in with like six games of NRL. But it's crazy for a debut. Yeah, that's the but like New South Wales strong through and through.
Do we say more?
Like,
The
Zachy Lowe.
the big talking point is the omission of Tom Trbojevic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His legs a bit fucking off.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
There might have been a conversation with him.
He
Like,
doesn't look like he's
personally,
running smoothly, which
Yeah.
is why I wouldn't be picking him.
I think the combinations of the wings and centers are going to be good. Like if it goes Lomax Critter, that's two fucking tall blokes on one side, and then like Latrell To'o, two fucking strong motherfuckers.
Look, it's interesting. I think we got a really good
Oh.
outside backs there. I mean, the halves obviously speak for themselves. Both teams have
informed halves.
great halves.
Yeah.
Mitchell Moses, as James did mention in the announcement, that he is playing 6.
Yeah,
I think you kind of brought it up. How will they play? Will they play two sides of the field, or will they link up? I think they link up. Like,
yeah,
I think they'll be linking up a lot. I think it's underestimated how much for Parramatta Moses will also like
run.
run and sweep out,
yeah.
sweep outside Dylan Brown
Yeah.
while Dylan Brown's at first receiver. So and like Nathan Cleary's likes doing that quite a bit.
I think Moses can definitely play more of the 5'8" role if
Yeah.
if that's how they go for it. Like, obviously Nathan has the 7 on his back, but they'll probably both be
Yeah.
kicking.
Yeah, I
And,
wonder who is going to be on what side of the field.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Because
Yeah,
with Moses giving the 6, you'd imagine he's on the left, but it makes his kicking a little bit awkward.
yeah.
yeah.
And then you can crossfield kick to Lomax,
Yeah.
which is a bit better.
But you'd think you wouldn't take Cleary off his preferred side,
Yeah.
but like you maybe have Lomax and Moses on the same side for that connection. But who knows?
Who knows?
And like speaking of the halves, the non-including of Mr. Luai.
I mean, he didn't get a bench spot. Like, I didn't think he was going to get starting half.
He's just unlucky.
Yeah.
And you know what? It plays into the theory of you put on that Tigers jersey, you don't get a spot.
I was saying to
It-
James,
it
Api
happened to
Coruscant had
Coruscant.
a pretty gun game on the weekend and just
Yeah.
like he got dropped, and when he went to Tigers, he's still like their best player, still such a good dummy up. I get like Robson's probably a bigger body, but I don't know.
And he's younger.
I don't think anyone in the selection panel and coaching staff doesn't think that Coruscant's a better player.
Yeah.
I just think do you need a hooker that's like trying to do a lot of stuff by himself like he does at the Tigers in a team that's got Moses begging for the ball and Cleary begging for the ball? You just want early
You just want
service.
service, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I like that. Okay, all right. The forwards, look, we dominate. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big
Our forward
boys.
pack is exactly as expected.
Big boys dominate those fucking weak Queensland
Keen
dogs.
to see
Tinos.
Barnett start because he didn't start last year, did he?
He started for one game.
Yeah, it might have been game 3.
Scared
then.
that Tino's
Yeah.
back. That's
Look,
tough.
last
Yeah.
without him.
year their small forward pack was a lot of fun to bash.
Yeah.
I'm surprised with the inclusion of Critter again. Well, like Angus Crichton.
Really?
He hasn't really been playing as good a form as he was last year.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
I
like
could have seen like maybe he gets put to the bench for Hudson. That's the only thing I
Yeah.
could do. Like he's still one of the better
so
second rowers.
I heard that a lot, and all I could think of, this guy was the Wally Lewis medal winner last year
Yeah.
and absolutely dominated.
yeah.
Benches.
Maybe sorry.
Okay.
Maybe he like his origin game will bring him his form back.
We can have a look at the Queensland forward pack a bit more because Jeremiah Nanai got the nod. There was a lot of confusion about what their second row was going to be, and they've got Cotter and Nanai there.
Interesting. I don't think Cotter. He plays lock for.
He's played second
middle.
row a few times for Queensland.
Yeah, but I mean for his team.
For
Like,
Queensland,
or
not
Cowboy.
Queensland.
Yeah.
He's pretty much a front rower.
Yeah, front
Yeah.
row or lock. He's starting second row is going to be it's different.
Waker getting the nod as well. A lot of people
Yeah.
didn't have him in their team.
Icky. Yeah, I think they've picked a lot of players out of form. Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So what you're saying is New South Wales seconds would win.
Yeah,
So you get like Luai, Trebojevic, Hamole.
That's who I reckon's been hard done by Hamole.
yeah.
For us.
He's
Even though he's in the reserves.
he's the one that he just keeps fucking himself over.
Yeah.
Like he was gunned to start the year, and over the last 3 or 4 games,
I still think he's
he's a good
that
player.
good to not have him in there. Like I would be intimidated if he was covered off the bench or if he was
Yeah.
starting on the other team. That guy's a big fucking dude that you'd have to mark up against.
But the trouble is, you pick Hudson Young, and it's hard to have 2 back rowers on your bench when you've got 2 80-minute back rowers in your starting
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, true that.
You know what I'm looking forward to though? Spenny off the
Spenny.
back bench, off the bench.
Spenny from the block.
Spenny from the block.
Yeah, look, the benches, you got Dearden versus Watson as your utilities.
Yeah.
There's a win for New South Wales here.
Yeah. Look, I mean, if it comes down to halves, Watson can play in there. Not as good as
Yeah.
obviously Dearden.
The plus side of having 2 halfbacks is Watson's a pretty good fill-in at 5'8".
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
And
If anything
and
does
Watson,
happen, fingers crossed it doesn't.
I mean, Latrell could fill into like 5'8"
Yeah.
as well, but like, Watson can also play in the forwards where Dearden not really.
yeah, like I know they've done it many other times, but the other thing that I like from a New South Wales point of view, and look, he did play I think the full game for Melbourne, and he's now got a week and a half off. But Harry Grant coming back from a hamstring might have to play 80 for the first time in
Yeah.
Origin. But
Max King is a good selection for us, I reckon.
That was the biggest left field one for me.
I'm
Yeah,
glad it
I
wasn't
didn't-
Saifidi.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming, but
I've
I'm
seen
happy
Stefano
he's
getting
there.
a shot.
I prefer Max King over Stefano.
I also think, Hamole, as we talked about,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
the man that would have got my spot. But even, Cam McInnes, just get him in there, truck some seed. He's hard done by that man.
But the man we all didn't want in there, Terrell May.
Oh, I think,
It would have been nice to have him in there.
I do. I think he shot himself in the foot with like the scandals that came out
with-
right before.
with the clip that he
Because like
did,
the
yeah.
injuries and that sort of stuff that has happened of recent,
Yeah.
he would have definitely been like
In the
next man
reserves,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon he would have been in over Stefano, I reckon,
Yeah. And
in the reserves.
yeah, he kind of shot himself in the foot. Max King, he's like an unsung hero. He's starting to get a bit
Yeah.
more sung now. Like
Remember
lately.
I think like a bit over a week ago, Brandon. I thought he was a Queenslander, but I said I wouldn't be surprised if you see him play in Origin sometime soon. I didn't realise he was New South Wales, but it was a good call.
Yeah.
Who's Josh King allegiance with? One from Melbourne. That guy's a fucking beast as well.
Yeah. I know he was at Newcastle, so he might be New
Yeah.
South Wales.
Yeah.
Fuck, just get the Kings in. Couple of Kings.
King
They
on the
can go. Why is it in there?
Yeah.
Laurie, simply 17 duffos and we win.
Kurt Mann a bit unlucky.
Yeah.
It was like I thought he may have got in ahead of Liero.
I seen interview in the sheds after the Doggies game. Like if he does get that spot, then like the 14 spot.
Yeah,
But like Dearden was obviously going to get the 14 spot.
I think he could have just even got the middle forward role over Liero. Like I think he's been playing better.
I think like Dearden very similar to Ben Hunt in like every kind of aspect of the game, and they just like having Ben on that bench, so like or like even having even dummy off. So
yeah, I wonder if he will play some hooker or whether he'll just come in like as a forward or something.
And
it's
Isaiah Yo got his captaincy back.
Yo.
Yeah, well, he was vice captain last year, but they were pretty much co-captains.
Yeah,
Poor it was either going to be
fucking KO. He's not going to be the captain.
Looking at the team, unless he was in ahead of Max King, I don't think he was getting picked. Unfortunately,
I think he would have been for Max King. I'd say, because look, I feel like Loz probably just wanted to go with like the incumbent team. Really didn't want to go too wild. After coming back to the job,
Obviously, like you got to go with the best halfback in the game.
Well, he played last year.
Nico Hynes.
Mitchell Moses.
But you mean the game one?
I mean, the one that's playing New South Wales Cup right now, Lachlan Ilias.
Oh yeah.
Where's the guy that ruined Reece Walsh's career? Let's get him back from Union.
Let's bring him back. Let's bring back Suoli.
Speaking of, I can't believe you just forgot like Suoli. Mark and Winger need to ask, not in the Origin team, but the fucking try.
We didn't even mention that. We didn't.
Yeah,
we put it on our story.
Yeah, the try of the fucking century.
How he hopped along that sideline.
Yeah.
And was able to like kick it while his foot's just in the air.
Yeah, maintain speed and then like go again. And then takes it right before the line, puts it.
It goes against all your body's instincts. Like you've got to be thinking so sharply to go, I've got to hop here. Otherwise I'll go out.
A freak athlete, honestly. And I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of years if he's not making this team. Yeah. If he learns how to catch.
What's his allegiance?
Gotta learn how to catch.
New South Wales.
Nah. We got Toa and Lomax. We don't need him.
Yeah, he's pretty. I reckon he'll be fighting for it in a couple of years. But
Lomax is a centre.
If we're talking about tries, I also want to bring up Xavier Coates. Prime
step ladder.
Yes, using him as a step ladder. Prime Israel Folau. Fucking absolute specky.
It was a specky.
It was specky. It was beautiful.
Over the future halfback that was playing wing.
Yeah. Halfback. Well, that's Origin teams, gentlemen. I'm glad we got to use our minds and really get into their deep dive.
You know how like the Tab has the the Great Minds?
Yeah.
We are the great minds of State of Origin.
And look, I want to say it right now on the podcast, look down the barrel, we're going to win 3-0. So just let you know.
We're taking over.
6-0.
6-0, actually, yeah. Women's plus men. Eye catches. It's our eye catches. Dan, mate, did you get one?
Oh,
something that caught your eye.
It's not really like anything special or anything, but there's this guy on TikTok. And he's been hammering Kyle Flanagan
and the Dragon. This guy
and the Dragons players for like the whole year.
Yeah,
and this week before the game, they blocked him on TikTok and Instagram. But it was Teamless Tuesday. They blocked him on TikTok and Instagram. I can't remember his name, but I'll put it on screen. It is fucking hilarious. I reckon it's funny. And then
the Dragons team in general just blocked him.
No, like the whole, the NRL Dragons page, their social media blocked him from TikTok and Instagram. Wow. It was fucking hilarious.
The hate is real from him.
Nobody hates more than a fan.
Yeah. James.
Look, I don't think you've got it anywhere on here, but Scotty Scheffler won the PGA Championships, I'm pretty sure, today. He won it by an impressive 7 strokes.
Yeah.
He was at -13. DeChambeau was second at -6.
Usually I only get to 3 strokes.
Yeah,
but-
but fucking 7-stroke lead's big. That's big. Big finish for him. Nah, good stuff.
Surely DeChambeau gets a win soon. Like,
Yeah, he's biting at the heels. He's still got
Yeah.
time, He's still
he's
young.
coming.
He's going. My eye catcher, it was in the horse racing world. It was at Doomben, the Doomben 10,000. This was actually my horse in the multi. Sunshine in Paris gets the win. Over I think Rothfire came second, but it was a great finish right at the end. Last like meter gets the bob, gets the win. Sunshine in Paris. It was a bit of sunshine.
Bit of sunshine.
I could have that was paying I think $4. I could have had that. I mean, I could have multied both. Oh, mate, I was on punting form. That's the eye catchers though. Now, the best part of the podcast brought to us by you. I know you guys have been waiting for this. So,
It's been relegated down.
Let's get into it. We got a couple of questions here. One from Rang, firstly, and it is about Matty C. Was Matty C the person arrested at the Tigers game? Good question. Good question. I'm not too sure. James, did you it's come across your desk?
Somehow this missed my desk,
It's
but
come
I
across-
haven't got a message from Matt since the game.
It has come across my desk.
Yeah,
There was actually 2.
two people
A
arrested.
28-year-old, which happens. Matt is 28, isn't
Yeah.
he? At the moment,
Yeah.
and a 30-year-old.
How old's Lucas? Someone fact check it.
He'd still be.
Maybe they just rounded up.
Rounded up.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a 28-year-old man and a 30-year-old man that was arrested last night for a brouhaha that happened after the game.
Wow.
There's a chance we
there's-
could know them. We just got to find out who.
We'll get back to you with the stats and facts and let you know if Matty C is on parole. Okay. Next question. It is actually from Matty C. And he
Maybe
did-
he's not arrested.
No, I think this must have been put in
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Or he's like calling from jail. This is his one call.
Yeah, this is his one call to put a listener question in.
he asks, credit where credit's due. Sharks could do some damage. Keen to hear your thoughts, Brandon. Wow. I didn't bring us up as the ones who impressed
See,
me.
that's
because
not, that's not a Matty C question. Brenda's put that in and put the fake name.
I knew this question was coming, and look, it was I was quite happy with the game. We don't get to beat Melbourne too often, although last year we did with Dan Atkinson at half
And Cam McInnes.
So
Dan Atkinson stepped up again.
yeah, this is actually
And
Nico's
got stepped on.
first time beating Melbourne. Look, us to get the win with the adversity, we had to follow up with 2 players going down, Ramian and Stone Street. Ramian HIA, Stone Street ankle, syndesmosis.
Next to 8, mate.
Alakai stood up and just showed us why he got picked for New South Wales when he was in the centres. Like,
That was
he
fun.
is just a fucking beast. Like, that
Yeah.
flick pass is crazy.
Oh, that
Um,
reminded me of James on the Oztag field.
Yeah. The only problem being, again, is once he's out that wide, his defense is the
Yeah.
liability. Where they were attacking down his side, they would like run and bring him in,
Yeah.
then go outside.
You
Paul
get a
Atkinson,
Pappenhausen
yeah.
with some speed
Yeah.
going around
And
looking
then
for the 2-on-1.
like when it was pretty much it came down to we were playing some of our best footy and they were just attacking that left side or that right
Pretty
side of
much.
us, and it got really close. I was worried that it was going to be another close game where we just fucking shit the bed, but we held on. We fucking held on. It was good to do that for one of these games where you actually hold on. Tricky Trindle got a field goal. Good stuff, mate. Adam Fanua Blake crashed over. Good stuff, mate.
We honestly, who was it that said it on Saturday night? I think it was you. That field goal might come and bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
No, I said it the opposite. I said the field goal's
Put
gonna
scoreboard pressure on, which is good.
could win
Yeah.
it for him. Like it'll bite Melbourne in the ass because
Yeah, that's right.
like for a couple of weeks they've had chances for early field goals, haven't done it, and tried to like rush it in the last 2 minutes and
Yeah.
had it charged down.
Yeah.
This time they kicked it with 10 to go.
Yeah. Some great stuff. Obviously, you love seeing Adam Fanua Blake go like this all the time. Ooh, ooh.
That helped my
Re-
fantasy
yeah.
him scoring that try.
Ronaldo being the biggest pest in the Sharks team, not in the rugby league because Marnie's still a player. But we were saying this off air. How like crazy would it be if Ronaldo did get picked for Queensland? Would he be the most hated player in rugby league? I think so. I
Yeah.
think he then jumps Marnie because
Yeah.
if he's in Queensland,
'Cause Marnie hasn't
You just-
played Origin, so
either. So I think he would be. Look, as all our players say, you love having him on your team, but if he's against you,
yeah.
it'd be the biggest fucking pest. Like he just chirps away the whole game, and then like you do something wrong, he's all over you, like
Yeah.
not letting you up. He's supposedly one of the nicest blokes off the field, does all the charity work, that sort of stuff. So
Supposedly.
yeah, I don't know him,
Yeah.
but
I've
reckon
never
he
seen
is.
it.
Yeah,
Munster was talking, and he was like, because he was on Fox pretty much fucking all day yesterday.
yeah.
But they asked him about it on the Matty John show, I think, and he's like, oh yeah, he's hate playing against him. I was looking forward to playing with him for all of a couple of days when he was in Queensland camp.
Yeah, he's a freakish athlete, like great
Yeah.
skill. Another player who fucking played the house down, Matt, was KL era. Sorry.
Whoa,
Yeah,
you almost-
sorry.
did you try to dead name him?
Yeah, I'm sorry, KL. I'm sorry. But yeah, poor Sorfalonga also had a bit of a tough time out there with
Yeah.
Ronaldo running over him and KL Ero running over him.
You know what his name reminds me of?
Who's that?
Superman's real name. Because you know how like Superman Kal-El?
Yes, KL.
Reminds me of KL Rahul.
Yes, there's two great
Yeah,
KLs in
two
the
great KLs in the world.
There was one more thing I bring up before we go to the next question, and it was me and James' hot debate. I was caught. He was called an idiot several times, and we were going back and forth. I did
like
say
to
the
say-
hard R. We might have to blur that.
And your dad was sitting up the other end of the table just going,
Yeah. Look, Will Kennedy, I believe that he was shouldered off the ball after a kick goes up. He touches it, knock on, clear as day. I'm okay with that. But James says it was a split second. I say it was like a little bit over a second, where he then tucks his shoulder charges Kennedy away. They're going to get the ball and score the try. That was my debate. James.
Well, in your debate, you've literally said my debate.
Yeah.
He's allowed to be going to tackle him. Just because he knocks it on doesn't mean he has to pull out of the tackle. Like, doesn't have to disappear. What's he meant to do? Disappear?
Not tackle him. Give him a chance to then tackle the other bloke. He then takes him out of contention of tackling him.
I
and
just
then
don't
that
think
is-
he had as much time as you think he did.
I do.
And like, I had the bunker that is never wrong on my side.
Ever wrong.
and then there was that point where me and James were watching it on Instagram, and I counted like the seconds, and I didn't even get to like start like trying to count to 2, and he'd already hit him. So it was like 1.5 seconds before he's already
Yeah.
hit him.
Yeah.
So
The
you got no
1.5.
time to pull out from that.
Well, you do. You have 1.5 seconds.
How are you supposed to stop your momentum from
Well,
it?
it's a shoulder charge, firstly. So
You could argue that is him pulling out of the tackle, like, because he doesn't then like take him fully out.
it was a grab at.
Oh, fuck, man.
Melbourne to grab players. And I'm never wrong. Okay. Next.
Yeah, we know.
The next question, and it's from Kyle. He asks, "What is your favourite public holiday, gentlemen?" Dan, mate.
Oh, there's a lot to pick from, eh?
King's birthday.
What?
King Guffo's. That is.
It'd probably have to be October long weekend
Yeah,
because you get the grand final. Well, lately we've got the grand final back on October long weekend,
pretty
and
good.
then like you don't have to
Get
get
on
up
the
for work
piss.
on the Monday.
Big
just
weekend of
fucking
piss.
Get as drunk as you want on the Sunday,
It's a solid effort. They're solid one there.
and be like we were last year on the Monday, and just have grand final blues.
The grand final blues and just lay on the lounge.
Yeah,
laser
during a
around.
podcast.
James, mate.
I'm gonna be a bit cheeky and combine a couple, because like most people, I try to get the days between Christmas and New Year's. It should just be regulation off for everyone. Yeah, that 5-day stretch. My birthday's included. You forget what day it is. You sit down on the lounge, hand in the pants, watching the cricket, eating prawns. Like, there's
Eating
no
some-
better.
Some Christmas ham.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Uh,
don't get me
that's-
started.
That's it. So it's my favourite public holiday is not even the public holiday; it's the days in between the two public holidays.
The Christmas New Year public holidays.
They're pretty good options, and I probably would have went Christmas if James didn't say the Christmas and New Year's holidays. I will then go to one that we've had recently. It is up there as one of my favourites. Good old Anzac Day.
Yeah.
Look, respect the Anzacs and all. And I love to I really love to
Have a dig for the diggers.
I have a dig for the diggers.
my only gripe with Anzac Day is because it's on a fixed date. It's not a long weekend every year. So quite often you're backing up to work the next day and it can be a bit rough.
That's rough.
Next year it's on a Saturday, so we don't even get a public holiday for the Monday.
Yeah.
Fucking dogs. Albanese. Good stuff.
I think we're moving to Tasmania next year, aren't we? They get the public holiday.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Fucking Tasmania, Melbourne. They all have like so many more
I want
holidays.
to go
than
to
us.
Melbourne for have Melbourne Cup Day off.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That would be good.
We got so many holidays. We need more. We need more. Okay. Let us know what your favorite public holiday is, Kyle. I would love to know. Now, the next question's from Matty C again. And he asked, are you worried about Origin period being a para fan? Moses and Lomax have been your best. Look,
Well,
I'm not really a para fan.
Yeah, personally, I'm not a para fan. I
Not
can't
really
tell I'm
worried.
wearing a Dragons jersey.
Not worried. James, as a para fan.
I'm not terrified of a Tom Trebojevic that I think is actually moving freer than people think he is. With a bit of a point to prove of his fitness and skill against the Parramatta team missing their two best players on the weekend. Not worried at all, actually.
You guys have been in great form where you don't have Moses
Yeah,
or Lomax.
Yeah, for the last 2 years, our form without Moses has been outstanding. Don't think we've ever lost ever. Look, Matt, it sucks. We really just had to get some more wins before now. But funnily enough, we've been missing at least one of them for the whole year, except for one game, and they looked outstanding. But for the next 3 or 4 weeks, or more like 6 weeks, we're not going to have them as much as we would like,
Look,
especially when they both have these foot injuries. You could imagine them resting. It's not like we're making the 8.
They might back up. You never know.
I don't know.
Yeah, you never know, mate.
Quite funny though that you guys are down the bottom of the. I mean, at the top of the
At the top of the upside down
No,
ladder.
you're second
Parramatta.
on the upside down ladder.
Yeah,
now.
Sure.
Yeah, Titans.
Jumpers.
Titans are now last.
How much did? Jeez, how bad is their for and against? I know.
I'm pretty sure I seen it yesterday. Titans were last.
But yeah, quite funny as you guys have the two of your best players out of your team.
Woo! Second on the upside down ladder.
Oh,
That's what I mean. Our for and against was pretty bad.
they're minus 100. You're minus 99.
Oh, sweet.
I won. Where
Got
was
it
it
covered.
going?
And
Yes.
Penrith are still minus 2.
I was alluding to the fact Sharks don't have a player in the Origin while being 5th place, and you guys have to lose your 2 best players, and you are in second last.
The Dragons are losing one of their best players,
Yeah.
but we have the bye this week, so.
But
who cares?
we're not going to be affected at all. So we're going to be good to keep going. These guys, unfortunately, are doing it tough.
Yeah.
Who do you guys got?
And be
Roosters, hey.
Roosters, yeah.
So they're missing. Oh, they didn't expect to miss
Watson, Toya, Crichton,
Collins.
Collins, Nafahu Whiteout as well, like
Good game.
injured. Yeah,
Lindsay's
Fuck
just
me.
come back, hasn't he?
Bro, what are we playing?
Yeah.
13
Yeah.
plus? Because get the fucking sledging lock already, mate.
It probably won't be out till tomorrow.
13 plus Kale era.
He's turning into me. He's turning into me.
Look, if it
Going for
it
8 in a
works.
row.
I don't know how many you actually hit when you did Dragons. We have 1 and 12 of Zach Lomax.
Look, they were all pretty close. Zach Lomax scored a lot of tries last year.
There's no 1 to 12s. Beautiful stuff as always, guys. Thank you for the listener questions, and we look forward to you sending more in next week. And now we go to the Speak Pipes. First one, it's from Rang.
Lads, how we going? Happy
Oh,
Monday.
Oh, bad.
mate.
I just wanted to share a quick story of something happened to me on the weekend. So Saturday went down to Highlands Golf Club with the missus for a round of golf. The last few weeks, she's like just coming with me. We walk around the golf course. She has a putt every now
Lucky
and then
you.
that I play. Anyway, we get to the last hole, which is, the one hitting back towards the clubhouse over the water from the elevated tee box. Anyway, she's like, I got to run to the toilet, and I was waiting for the group in front to tee off. So she ran down, and she walked back towards where the bridge is, and she was waiting there for me. Anyway, I tee off, absolutely scull the fuck out of it, and yell out 4 very loudly. Now, it's not going anywhere near my missus. It's going towards, like, the clubhouse near where the previous group were.
Beautiful.
She's shit herself, jumped back, flipped off the bridge, got her leg tangled in, like, the concrete from the bridge, grazed the whole back of her leg, and sliced her shit open on the fucking almost fallen into the fucking dam underneath it. So, yeah, needless to say, I wasn't in the good books after that.
I thought it was going to be she fell in the
into
water.
the
eh?
pond, yeah. I think it would have been better. She would have had less like scrapes and cuts.
Yeah, I think you'd rather not
Yeah,
fall off a bridge.
into. Was it not a big bridge? It's just like one of the golf
Yeah, I think
ones.
it's-
Like
yeah.
But
Like the one at
still,
Campbelltown.
yeah, fuck. I dare say she won't be coming to golf anytime soon. Now.
Oh, that's great. That's
a good
crack
story.
up.
That's a good story.
I hope your missus is okay,
Yeah,
but
I
that's
hope
crack
you're
up.
Yeah,
I hope the shin's all right. To the cut's all right now. But yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Good to hear your golfing's going well as well as sculling them more.
got a bit more golf coming up.
Yep. All right.
Hey.
Hey.
And just continuing on the topic of golf, the
Yeah.
PGA Championship is
Oh, beauty.
probably about half an hour from wrapping up. Scotty Scheffler's going to shit it in by the end, but a lot
Probably
of
by 7.
discussion this week between the players was regarding preferred lies on the golf course. So they had a fuck ton of rain at Quail Hollow where they're playing, and basically every ball was either plugging in the fairway or getting covered with mud. And the PGA decided to make the rules play it as it lies, so you can't pick the ball out
Oh, wow.
and move it to the side if it's plugged. You can't clean mud off it. And there was a lot of blow-ups with the players. I know Shane Lowry absolutely buried his golf club in the ground after hitting it out of the divot. But I don't know where I stand on it. Like, part of me is like, what's the point in having these like professional golfers that are amazing at what they do, and they cop a shit line, have to hit out of a fucking plugged fairway. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, you're the best in the world. You should be able to adapt to any conditions. What are your thoughts on it, boys? I don't really know where I sit on it at the moment. Keen to see what you think.
Not being able to clean the ball, I think that's rough as fuck. Because like that can affect the flight and that, and like,
And that's what they were complaining about.
yeah. But like,
I
yeah.
think I'm on the side of actually. I think that's fair game because I think as he said, they're professional athletes. It tests and then it gives chances to who can play out of these shit fucking lies.
Yeah, and like, funnily enough, the 2 best golfers were 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like the best golfer in the world shit it in.
yeah.
But like I was gonna say, like, yeah, it's fair enough to play it as it lies. Like can't fucking fix it up, but like not cleaning mud off is a bit rough.
Yeah.
Because you might get a massive chunk of mud and it's just sitting there on the ball. It's like, and then you get whacked in the face with mud.
Look,
Yeah.
it would have been a shit show, like
Oh,
hitting him out
100%
of
it
those
would've been.
divots.
There was some good blow ups. If your TikTok has a bit of golf going on like mine does, you'll just see the different
yeah.
posts of
Golf,
Yeah.
PGA.
just see the different guy having a blow up.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly who it was, and he's like, I spent all my life learning how to control how a ball flies
Yeah.
to then play a game where there's fucking mud on it and it goes fucking.
You turn into fucking you were when you were 17 years old.
Yeah. And then, like, I guess you could play the advocate of, like, or devil's advocate of, or be on the other side, where
You want the best golf
the
being
best,
played.
best golf being played. best like place to play it being not somewhere where you get like probably divots like fucking this
Yeah.
big.
Like it's supposed to be the PGA,
Yeah.
like the upper echelon of fucking golf.
But it's an outdoor sport. Weather happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. You got to take weather into account.
Like when it's a windy day, they don't just go, you know what? No playing today.
Get the shield up.
Yeah.
Stop the wind coming in. Yeah, look, I stand on the side of just fucking play. And if we have to play on the weekend in a fucking massive divot, then they can have a crack as well.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is Blues Squad.
Thought I'd weigh in on some of the origin selections. So
Yeah.
all up, pretty safe team, pretty similar to what we had last year. The only 4 people not in the squad from last year. Luai's the only one that's actually available anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of the talk's been between Max King and Stefano being picked and May being left out. I think it's clear that they just don't like May. They've got word that he's a weird operator and they just don't think he's going to fit in with the team. But I went and had a look at the 3 of those players' stats, and I'll send them through to Dan. But they're actually, in terms of what they average per game, all very, very similar. May obviously has the most like run meters and tackles this year, but he's playing sort of 70, 75 minutes most week, whereas the other 2 are playing between like 40 and 50. Yeah, so I was a bit surprised actually with how similar Max King's stats were compared to the other 2, given you don't really see him as a sort of massive ball runner or anything like that. But yeah, all in all, pretty happy with the team. New South Wales 3-0.
6-0.
Queensland
6-0.
are a bunch of bums.
Look, he would be happy with a Bulldogs playing in fucking big.
I want to bring this up with the Terrell May, and like, because I think unfortunately it's right. They've almost not picked him on character.
Yeah.
Because like the talk of him like stat padding this year is like just forgetting that he came off the bench at the Roosters and was like one of their best players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like week in, week out, he came on and had a huge impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely his personality. Getting the best of or the worst of him.
Yeah. So I do have the stats here. So average run meters for May is 8.7 meters per run. And Stefano's sitting at 9.6 and King is 9.2.
And like that's like where he gets criticized, but it's like when you're playing that much
What's his
longer
postcode
minutes.
contact though?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a lot of his is post. Like
Yeah, it probably would be,
he
yeah.
goes into him and then like drives a little bit
Yeah.
more. Like similar. I did say he's similar to Aaron Woods. Obviously, I would say
Better, yeah.
better,
Yeah.
run stronger, but he does do
Look,
that.
Aaron
He-
Woods also gets a hard rap. There was
Yeah.
a time where he was good. It's
Yeah,
just
where
it was
like
faded.
the-
He was
Yeah.
literally Australian New South
But yeah, he
Wales.
kind of like stays
row.
up in a tackle, try to get offload, or he try
Yeah.
like just walk him forward kind of thing.
And then like tackle breaks, May and Stefano are pretty similar, both in mid to late 30s. And Max King only has 17 tackle breaks a game
Yeah,
on average.
He's a bit of an odd choice on the bench. Like,
yeah.
I could
Yeah.
almost,
Yeah, I don't see
I
him
could
being
almost
the
start
impact.
him over Barnett.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like Barnett keeps the like starting jersey as more of a like our second best front rower behind Haas,
Yeah.
but like Haas be your sort of big runs, and then
Enforcer type.
King get in there, line speed, smash
Yeah.
them, and then you bring Barnett on to like lift it again with Spencer.
And the third and last interesting stat that Rang sent to me was just the errors and penalties that all 3 of them have per game. So, well, probably this year, I don't know. So King is 5 errors of penalties, like he's given away. I'm guessing it's this year.
Hmm.
Like, and then Stefano has 13, and Terrell May has 10.
Stefano had like 4
Yeah.
just against the Raiders.
Yeah. So, like, obviously, they've gone with the person who makes the least errors or penalties. Like, they wouldn't be looking at that, but
I think King is a like origin style player. Like
Yeah.
line speed, strong. He's gonna put his head where people don't want to. I like the selection.
Yeah.
It was a
Bulldogs are up
surprise.
the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
He's literally like their only front rower.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
out and out front rower.
now a year and a half of like being the only front rower in that
Yeah.
club.
Also, let's just sack Statsman Fowler and get Statsman Rang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck
Like,
it.
that's the shit we want from you,
Yeah,
man.
mate.
Honestly,
Come on.
fucking pick your shit up. Or
I
you're getting
don't want to
fired.
hear about how many wags a player has.
Yeah.
It's
Stop saying it.
on the field as well.
it's
like-
concerning that you know.
Yeah, look, big pick. I still think, someone from the Sharks would have made it, maybe like a Tom Hazelton. I don't know.
Oh, hero.
Yeah, KL Heroes definitely not. James actually brought his name up. He's New Zealand.
Yeah.
Him and
Because I was
Ronaldo would
more
probably be
worried that
the-
he was Queensland.
Yeah.
Because then, like, fuck, he would have got in over Toya a fucking 1,000,000%.
100%.
But yeah, good pick. Happy for you, Rang. Happy for the Bulldogs to get someone in there. I mean, you already have Crichton, but like,
Of course,
okay.
captain.
This is a real Bulldogs player.
This is it. Tigers fans hate Galvin. Let's see what he has to say.
I tell you what, if Tigers fans didn't already hate Galvin, they must fucking hate the bloke now. Absolute poetry. Watching him dive over for a try, Campbell Graham knocks the ball out of his hand, and then Rabbits go up the
yeah.
other end of the field, score, and win the game. Like, honestly,
Oh,
this shit can only happen to the Tigers. Like, you just have to sit back and laugh. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with them. Like, to come out and sort of play that way against the Rabbitohs, who have
Yeah.
sort of more than half a reserve grade team playing for them with the amount of injuries at the moment. I don't know. I'd be wanting a bit more out of Luai if I was paying him $1.2 million a year. Like, they could have iced that game and they didn't. Like, that's the long and short of it. They should have won that game. You can give them a pass for losing to Melbourne, obviously not getting as pumped
Yeah.
as they did, but yeah, I don't know. Luai's comments from the end of last year saying if he was playing with the Tigers last year, they would have made the 8. They've got a better team this year, and they're falling quicker than a brick in water. So I don't really know. A lot of talk, but not much action at the moment.
It's very it was disheartening seeing how they turned up this week. Like,
Yeah.
like yes, as he said, you versus Melbourne, you're gonna lose. Like,
Got
well, you
humped
might
into
lose.
the core of the
Yeah,
earth.
you got humped. But it's the bounce back. Like, if
Yeah.
you're a new team, you have been going better this year. Like even stats wise, they just genuinely have played better. They've had more wins, but then it looks like now they're going to be in a bit of a run, and they could just fall off the cliff now. This could be the start of the end.
Yeah. Like, they've got the bye this week, so that's good for them.
Yeah.
But, like, that could also, like, be
Yeah,
bad for
hopefully
them
they
because they don't
recuperate a
actually
bit.
get to play someone this week.
Yeah, like this origin period could be huge for him. Like, you got Terrell May snubbed. Hopefully, he has a beat up his bonnet. Luai, although it's still sort of a snubbing. Like, it's not as like harsh as other snubbings
Yeah.
go, but like he still did do the damn thing. He was the only consistent in the halves last year, and
Yeah.
won an impossible series in Suncorp. But they are pretty. I think they're unaffected. Surely.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, they need to string some wins together through the origin period.
Yeah, it's just I hope having the bye, they should hopefully just recuperate,
Yeah.
get all their minds back into like where they want to be. Obviously, 8 is like just to get the 8 would be their grand
Yeah.
final at the moment. Just not to get a spoon is their grand final
Yeah,
at the moment.
exactly.
But yeah, it was disheartening seeing them come back and then not get pumped, but they did lose by a little bit to the
It was like
Rabbitohs.
10, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's South.
South team
it's the
against
swing.
Yeah.
Like, Galvin holds the ball.
yeah.
Completely different game. It's like similar to when you guys lost to the Tigers. Like Nico's kick goes on the inside of the post and goes in. It's a completely different game. All the
Yeah.
headlines are different. It's,
Or Sewer scores that try instead of fucking knees it over the
Yeah,
try line.
so exactly.
More
It's-
like Tigers are almost full strength, Rabbitohs not so full
Yeah.
strength.
Yeah,
when
they're missing so many players. Like,
which is
did Rabbitohs have Humphreys back?
Humphreys and
Yeah.
Sullivan. Sullivan got the win against his old team.
His
He almost let
team.
His current
he
team, yeah.
almost let
He's on loan.
he almost let the try in for Galvin.
Yeah. Look, we beat the Tigers a lot, so we'll let them off for now.
For now.
They've had 2 years of this.
Soon to go through. No, too soon. Thank you for the speak pipes as always. Hopefully we get more next week. And yeah, beautiful stuff. Okay, now, James, do we have any cricket chat?
We do. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this because I haven't done enough research to give it justice. The IPL is back on and running after a short break due to the ongoing conflict between India and Pakistan. It was a bit scary. One game got caught off in the middle of the game. Yeah, it was quite worrying for all the players involved. They sort of knew that it was going to be a bit dodgy playing the game beforehand, and they were still put on the field. So when the lights went out and they said that it was a power outage, all the players knew that, hey, something's not right here.
Yeah.
The fans that obviously knew the risks, but were still going there to see their heroes. It was quite concerning all around. So from my little knowledge, they're playing the rest of the tournament on the other side of India, as far away from the border as possible. But it's only a couple of games. Then the finals. Hopefully, it goes without a hitch and everyone's safe. And to all the people that are affected by the war. Yes.
Yeah. Not condolences.
Yes.
but
Sorry.
yeah.
Don't have much to say there.
Yeah.
Not meant to be a very serious podcast, but it's a pretty serious topic.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
No.
And the World Test Championship squad was named as well.
Yep.
Last week.
It was pretty standard selections.
Yeah, Green's back. Constas is in.
Gosh.
Fucking.
That's because it's the squad. It's like it's everyone.
Yeah.
We won't really know who gets dropped or who gets selected until it happens.
Yeah, that'll come soon.
It'll be quite interesting to see how we fit Greeny in if he does play.
Yeah. Because we've still got a month till that, the World Test Championship, June 25th. Looking forward to some cricket during the winter.
Yeah, can't wait. Well, that'll pretty much do us for the podcast. You know, obviously, we got a couple games to look forward to this week. You know, good old Parramatta playing versus the
As I said, not worried at all about a increasingly fitter Tom Trbojevic and a Manly team that pumped the Cowboys just last week.
Dean Hawkins at halfback.
Yeah, Dean Hawkins probably.
And Warriors and Raiders would have been really cool if it wasn't around Origin period.
Yeah. Raiders only have
still
Huddy Young
they're
out.
pretty unaffected.
And then Warriors Barnett, I guess. So.
Yeah.
So 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
I tell you what, the next Origin bye period is going to be good because that's round 12 and that's round 5. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember what round it is, but like it's in 3 weeks.
It is a round.
It is a round.
And it's us versus you guys.
Ooh.
And hopefully it'll only be one player again from us out and pretty much 2 full strength teams going
we get
at
our
it.
first bye next week, which is great after 13 rounds.
We get our third bye round 15.
Yeah.
We have to go 12 rounds
Crazy.
without a bye.
Raiders still will yet to have a bye.
Yeah, I think they don't get their first bye till like round 15.
Some teams hard done by.
That was like Cowboys last year, wasn't it? No, it was Broncos last year.
Yeah, I know Parramatta
Someone.
went a pretty good way till their bye last year. This year we actually have a good bye schedule and won't make a difference.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take the free 6 points within the first 15 rounds. So,
100%.
like,
You take that any day of the week.
yeah, exactly.
Look, another great podcast, gentlemen. As always, like, comment, subscribe, follow social medias, buy the merch, please.
Buy the merch.
Buy the merch. And we will see you guys next week. Yeah.
Peace out.
Bella ciao.